so, an advisory panel for the Food and Drug Administration is endorsing emergency use of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for children 5 to 11 years old.
They do believe that the benefits of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine outweigh the risk. But parents are wondering exactly what this all means.
I know. Dr. Warren Seigel, chair of the New York State American Academy of Pediatrics, joining us this morning. Nice to have you back, Dr. Seigel.
Good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me back again. All
right, so what are your honest thoughts on kids as young as 5 years old getting this vaccine?
Well, we are so excited about this. This is a great next step in the fight against this pandemic, and we are truly thrilled that the ACIP, the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, is clearing the way, and soon we will be able to protect our younger children from 5 to 11.
All right, but there are risks. And like I've read reports where the risks outweigh the benefits. I don't know if I was a parent that had a 5-year-old, I would be really weighing that right now.
So it's the benefits outweigh the risks. So
I'm sorry, the benefits, yes.
There are enormous risks to COVID. We know that over 6 million children have been infected by COVID so far, resulting in over 23,000 children being hospitalized and 600 deaths. So we know that the risks of COVID are very, very real. The vaccine, however, decreases the likelihood that the child is going to get severely ill from COVID and suffer those effects.
I do want to ask, though, one of the things that I'm sure the FDA probably heard was one of the new studies that came out, not peer-reviewed, but there was evidence to show, this was in MedX RxIV, concluded that healthy boys ages 12 to 17 had higher hospitalization rate due to heart inflammation after their second COVID dose than hospitalization from COVID without a vaccine. And again, non-peer-reviewed, but I think those are some things that parents may be looking at in terms of, hey, here is some evidence. I know it's through VAERS, but should parents not be concerned about that?
We should all be concerned. We should be concerned about the risks of COVID, and we should be concerned about the risks of the vaccine. Myocarditis, which is that inflammation of the heart muscle that you talked about, is more common in older boys, that is the older adolescents and young adults, and but it is self-limiting, and it is more common after the second shot. There's no question about that. But again, the benefits of the vaccine far outweigh the risks, and that's why we're excited about this 5 to 11 rollout.
So when you say you're excited about it, it's maybe a bit triggering for some people when they're listening to this, because when you talk about something like RSV, which has been the single #1 cause of pediatric hospitalizations year after year, it's almost like, why would you not maybe push to protect kids from that? Also, maybe you can explain as well as like the smaller dosage, is that a bit safer for kids this time around with the vaccine?
Yeah, those are very good questions, and those are all questions that pediatricians are ready to answer. The dosage for that 5 to 11 is 1/3 of the adult and adolescent dose. So theoretically, we're hoping that this will decrease the likelihood of getting severe COVID disease and decrease any side effects. But of course, there are side effects to everything. But the side effects that are most common are fatigue, malaise, body aches, the same thing that you get when you get your flu shot.
So let me ask you, doctor, we have a few producers on our staff. They have young children. Some of them had COVID already, and thankfully it's just, kind of manifested itself as a cold. Should they rush to go out and get this vaccine, or can they wait?
Well, my advice is for them to be speaking to their pediatrician to determine the risk of COVID for their children from 5 to 11 when the EUA actually comes out. So the first thing we need to remember and tell people is speak to your pediatrician. Pediatricians are the most trusted people around taking care of children. Discuss your child's risk. Personally, and this is a parent's decision, I think that if I had a child between 5 to 11, I would be one of that first group to rush out to get this vaccine, as I was with my children who are teenagers.
Wow, okay, you'd be part of the first group, because I've heard from other doctors, like, kind of wait for the first group to do it and see how it goes and then take your kid. But you're saying...
I understand that thinking, but we now have millions and millions of people who've gotten the COVID vaccine. This is not a new vaccine. This is the same vaccine that we've been giving to adolescents and adults now for quite a while. The difference is it's a smaller dose.
Gotcha.
But this age group, can you tell us a bit more about how many kids were participating in this particular age group to get this approved?
So the studies that were done are over 23, I think 23 or 2,400 children, and they were randomized. 2/3 of the group got the COVID vaccine in a trial, and 1/3 got placebo. And out of the placebo group, 16 of them actually got COVID, and only 3 got COVID in the placebo group. And the group that did get the 16 got COVID in the placebo group and 3 in the vaccinated group. And the ones who got COVID in the vaccinated group had much milder symptoms, and that's really important.
Dr. Warren Seigel, chair of the New York State American Academy of Pediatrics, thank you so much for joining us this morning and giving us your advice. We appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me. Good to see you as always.
Good to see you.